wanna wake up from this dream. It's our own reality.
Looking for worms?
Yeah.
Let's see. Gotta find some worms. Let's see, where are they? See it? See it, babe?
There, now it's really clean. Now you can see what it really looks like. See how it's wiggling around? It gets really fat and then it stretches way out while it starts to grow.
It's very scared.
It's a nice worm.
It is very nice.
He's a nice worm. He doesn't bite. He's very smooth. You should feel how smooth.
Ooh, let's feel how smooth he is. Go ahead, just touch him.
No, I can't.
You can be brave. You want to try to be brave?
Should be brave for a snake.
Okay, that's not a snake. That is a worm.
It's a worm. Yep.
Okay?
Okay. Sorry,
ground.
I ran out of space, but I was scared.
It's okay. Why don't you just try to be brave, okay? Try to be brave, okay? Just touch it. It's very smooth. You want mommy to touch it first?
No,
You don't want me to touch it either?
no.
Maybe.
They have the insulation. Oh yeah, they're like these little cabinets. There's plastic covering them.
At the door.
Yeah, that's where he lives. That's his house.
She went to put her finger in
He
there.
lives in the dirt.
It's her bed or something.
Hey, family. It's been a weird day. So, right now we're at the storage unit to go drop off the box for Trey's bike, because in the event that we have to move, when we do have to move, we want somewhere like a good box to store his bike in. And since that's the box that it came in, we're going to keep the box. Ed just put the box in storage. And I was supposed to meet one of my old high school friends at the airport. But she thought her flight was here at 1:30, but turns out it won't be here till like 4:30, which kind of threw us off because Trey has an appointment at Kumon. I don't know if I told you all about us trying to get him into Kumon, but he had an appointment at Kumon at 5. Luckily, I was able to renegotiate the time back to 3:15. So we'll be going there at 3:15, but then when we were driving, the truck, like when we turned to the left, the oil pressure gauge went like all the way down. The car was like bing, 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 bing. And it happened to me on Thursday. And I didn't think anything of it, but I mentioned it to Ed. But then it happened to me again this morning. And I was like, hold up, And so now we're hearing a clicking sound coming from the engine. And I'm like, boo. This is exactly why we got rid of our last car, because she needed a maintenance, and we were like, we're not paying that much to maintain a car, so we just got rid of it. But I think Ed likes his car. I mean, I like his car too, but I think Ed likes his car. He doesn't want to get rid of his car. No? Yes? No? Okay, y'all. He's mute. He's not talking to me. And so we're waiting right now in the car to let like the oil level settle down or whatever, so we can check the oil and make sure there is indeed oil in the car. My mom's old Panic Percy, oh, stop the car right now because you don't want to blow your engine. I like, look, pump the brakes, Ma. Okay, pump the brakes on the truck. Pump the brakes on you right now. You being a little overreactive. So I called GMC and they said it could be two things. It could be the oil pump, which I already looked up the price and it's not cheap. Or it could be that we just don't have enough oil in the car. So that's why we're waiting to check the oil, see what's going on with that. Then Trey's in the back sleep. I don't know if he needs to be awake for this Kumon thing, but the reason I set the original appointment for 5 o'clock is because I knew that wasn't going to be like nap time, and it's nap time right now. But being that her flight comes in around nap time, 4:30, means that we couldn't have made it to Kumon by 5. There'd be no way. That's the kind of day we've been having. Oh, we spent 45 minutes looking for a shoe. Yep, it's your boy, Trey. I'm going to tell y'all, he hung up his shoe on the hook where you're supposed to hang a coat or a book bag. Like, he just hung it right up there. And then he put his jacket on top of it. So we literally spent 45 minutes looking. Like, I'm looking in the oven, the refrigerator. We looked in the trash, like the dumpster trash. We went back upstairs into the community room because yesterday we had like a little party for Trey at the apartment, at the community room apartment. I'll insert some pictures here because y'all know I was more interested in taking pictures than I was in taping or recording it. Sorry. But we looked everywhere. And it wasn't until I was like, fine, put the other pair of shoes on him. And we were about to walk out the door and I was going to put the jacket on. I lifted up and there's his shoe. I tell you, boy, kids just will drive you crazy if you let them. Plumb crazy. So other than that, we got to go grocery shopping today. As usual, we've decided that we're going to have a vegan version of North Carolina-based pulled pork. With no pork. So we're going to try that and see. We're going to put it in a crock. Are we still going to put it in a crock pot?
Mm-hmm. We may still do that. I can see though, because I don't want to...
Put it on the crock pot for low for like an hour?
Mm-hmm. We'll probably do that.
So we're going to try to put it, and then Ed is going to make some vegan baked beans. Mm-hmm. And I guess we're going to have some green beans. Isn't that what they usually have? We'll have the sandwiches. Yeah. Do you think we should have them as sandwiches, or do you think we should get just like some bread or biscuits or whatever on the side or something? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're having for dinner. We need to go pick that up. It's going to be a short week. We have a flight to take on Thursday. Of course, we'll be bringing y'all along so y'all can meet the rest of the family. Y'all, I'm in love with his makeup. Okay, I've been talking for too long. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, back in the car again. So, we did go to the Kumon place and meet with the lady. And she was really, really nice. She seemed like she was really patient. And she was really, soft-spoken. And I like the fact that she spoke from experience. Both of her children have went through Kumon. They actually went through Kumon and kind of graduated from Kumon. Her oldest son is 16 and graduating from high school and already done 2 years of college. So he'll finish college at 18. And her other son is in the 8th grade and just finished Kumon all the way. And he's reading 2 grade levels above or something like that at a 10th grade level. And so we went ahead and we put them in there. She suggested that we only start with one subject. So right now we're starting with math because she said that because she could see that he likes to draw, and write. And so the math component has more of a writing and a drawing component to it. So she wants to start him off just with that, 1 day a week. And see how he does for a couple of months. Because she said that children have to be able to focus for at least 15 minutes. Then they can try to work them up to 30 minutes. And then she'll reevaluate in a couple of months and see where he's at. And then she will let us know whether she thinks, based on his progress, if he's ready to do math and reading. And so we went ahead and put him in there. I'm really excited for him because she kind of gave him a little placement test. It wasn't really a placement test, but it was a semi-placement. She was kind of quizzing my baby on the low. And she pulled out a little book. And she was like, how many apples? Now, first it was the number 2. And she was like, what number is this? And he wouldn't answer. He was just like burying his face in me and Ed. And then she was like, is it a number 3? And he was like, she was like, is it a number 1? He was like, and she was like, is it a 2? He was like, yeah. And then she turned the page and it was some apples on the page. And she was like, can you tell me how many apples there are? And he was like, And he had a pencil and he was like drawing on a piece of paper or whatever. And then she was like, Mommy thinks there are 3 apples. How many do you think there are? She was like, are there 3? And then he was like, She was like, well, how many? He said 4. And he didn't even like, you know how she was saying that most kids would have to look at it and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he could visually just go ahead and count. So she was like, that was really good. So I don't think he'll be on the first level for long because it's just the numbers 1 through 10. The only thing that might keep him in there is the fact that he actually has to be able to write the numbers without like actually tracing or anything like that. He just has to be able to freehand write them. So